So, NTE is finally going to be releasing its first major update on June 3rd, and a few hours ago as I'm recording this video, they've also livestreamed their upcoming 1.1 version news. And as someone who has been playing NTE non-stop since its release, I have some thoughts about it. And so, let's dive into the latest changes. Okay, so first, they revealed a new location called Sunward Island. Honestly, it looks super cozy here. A great place to vacation, and they've also showcased a lot of parts of this island, like this resort house of some sorts, and there's even a port and they walked around the yacht, although nobody mentioned anything about the ability to sail it. Other than that, a new anomaly location will be also added called Corridor of Echoes. Looks pretty cool, and from what I understand, they did mention in the stream new enemies will be introduced with this location. Overall, expanding big city life with a separate island sounds like a good idea, so let's move on to this next part. Now, there's a bunch of new activities that are coming with the 1.1 version, and starting with the Bagel Chat app. It's a social media app where you can post pictures and stuff on it, but it's inside the game, and it seems like you can earn some kind of engagement points and turn them in for rewards. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, you have the ability to become an influencer inside the game, so we'll see how this app works once it's live. However, this next activity is quite easy to understand. A new city activity will be added called Fight Club. Unfortunately, I will be breaking the two first rules of Fight Club, but it is what it is. Anyway, in this activity, you will get to fight the leader of the Tornado Gang. If you ever went to jail in NTE, you probably know this gang already. But yeah, looks like you can use main characters to fight the boss, the moveset is completely different, and it's all about countering and parrying at the right time. Beat Tornado for the first time, and you unlock this new city activity. How much energy and how much fawns will earn from doing this, no idea. But I hope we can dump at least 100 or 200 energy per fight. Alright, next we have the Underground Circuit, a new racing mode. And this one actually seems quite unique because, first of all, you cannot enter the race with your own car. Instead, you matchmake with 5 other players, and when the game starts, 6 cars will spawn, and you need to get inside in one of them. Not only that, each car comes preloaded with different type of weapon. By default, you start with semi-automatic fire, but you can pick up a shotgun, Gatling gun, rocket launcher, or even call for a missile strike. You can also come across tire repairs to, well, repair your car. And you can even team up with someone else by entering the car as a passenger or driver. So overall, this mode sounds pretty fun, and definitely feels a lot more fresh than what we have right now. Besides that, they're also adding a new Anomaly Pilgrimage boss fight and an entirely new high-risk commission. Now, when it comes to limited events, they didn't really go into specifics, just showed a bunch of images, and I'm gonna be doing the same here, although a few of these events stood out. Well, mainly an event that will let us gain double the rewards for spending city energy, and an exact same event that will provide double the rewards when spending pixels. Oh, and they've also mentioned that 10 red dice will be obtainable from a 7-day login event when the 1.1 update launches, and 5 blue dice, 5 pixel packs, and 5 tri-keys will be sent via mail as well. But yeah, that's it for new content. Now let's talk about the new characters. And starting off with Lacrimosa, she's an S-class rarity Chaos unit, so second Chaos unit after Daffodil. Now, Lacrimosa is quite unique because she can copy enemies' moves, creating exact duplicates that fight using their original moves, although some of these enemies can only be copied after completing Lacrimosa's spin-off quest. In addition, Lacrimosa also applies Nightmare debuff on her enemies, which deals 1 tick of damage per second for a total of 3 seconds. But this debuff can be stacked up to 10 times, so that's a lot of damage. What's even better, when she unleashes her ultimate, it will deal damage in a wide area and apply maximum amount of nightmare stacks to all enemies. So yeah, she sounds pretty sweet. I don't remember much about her when I used to play her on closed beta test, although it doesn't matter because now she's finally coming, and more than anything, I'm just happy we're getting a second Chaos attribute unit because as much as I love Daffodil's thick skills, I just want more Chaos units. Still, we also gotta talk about all of Lacrimosa's outfits. I think the devs really like her because she's gonna launch with 5 different outfits, which is pretty crazy. And it seems like this specific outfit, Yesterday's Melody, modifies the ultimate's animation, which is really cool. But we still have another unit. Chaos. No, not the attribute. This guy's name is literally Chaos, and guess what attribute he is? That's right, it's Chaos. Oh wait. No, it's actually Lakshana. So wait, you're telling me in this update we're getting Lacrimosa, who is a Chaos unit, and Chaos, who is a Lakshana unit? yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Anyway, this Dream Boy has an interesting kit. First of all, he can use his hound as a teleport point, so you can set its location and come back to it afterwards. And then in combat, he builds up a special resource called crime charges when he attacks, and he also marks his targets with a warrant effect when his skill or ultimate lands on the enemy. He can also spend his crime charges to unleash a follow-up attack, which will deal big damage, but make sure the warrant is applied on the enemy because damage will then be amplified for some time. On top of that, his ultimate besides applying warrant also amplifies his next follow-up attack. So in other words, the dude wants to issue a warrant and beat up everyone with a follow-up attack. Now Chaos will also arrive with two different alternate outfits. One of them is called Never Skip, and by that he probably means leg day, and then the other one is called Clear Skies. On top of that, the devs showcased Chaos inside players' apartments, and you can even hold hands with him, but they did specify you cannot invite male and female characters into the same apartment. So I don't know about this, but maybe my bromance with him will be too powerful to handle. Alright, lastly we have the banner schedule, or should I say board schedule. In the first phase, Lacrimosa's limited board will be available for 3 weeks when 1.1 launches, and we can see those cosmetic gifts here. That card decal looks especially good. And then as for Chaos, his second phase board will start from June 24th, but will only last for 2 weeks instead of 3 weeks. Also, none of his cosmetics rewards were showcased, so all of that for now remains a mystery. But besides that, their signature weapons will also be available during their phases. Okay, next, let's talk about the long-awaited Porche collab. Look, I will never in my lifetime be able to afford a Porche car, but at least now we can own one in NTE, right? More specifically, this new car model will be 918 Spider, and it looks absolutely gorgeous, not to mention super fast. However, this collab with Porche doesn't just end with a new car. No. The next thing I saw, my jaw dropped. And yeah, looks like everyone's going to be swapping to female MC because that Porche outfit looks super overtuned for certain aspects. Like, jeez. Anyway, there's also a new apartment you can unlock called Pegasus Residence. How much funds it will cost, that remains a mystery, and overall, not many details were shared about this collab, but it is coming in 1.1, and interestingly enough, the Porche car and outfit will be obtainable through some kind of a pull system. However, you can also use fonts in addition to Analyth, so I'm not sure how this will end up working out, but now that you heard you need fonts to pull for these things, I absolutely urge you to just keep saving it all up before the collab arrives. No idea how much we will need to spend to obtain the car and the outfit, or if it will even have a pity system. So yeah, save up all your fonts, and hopefully, you can grab that insane skin and car easily. Okay, quickly, I just want to mention some quality of life changes. First of all, vehicles will now have an autopilot function. Could be useful, I guess. Then the devs are introducing recap for when you skip the story, which definitely helps if you still want to follow it along. And then they are also adding a function to instantly advance to the next dialogue line, which is something I badly needed. Also, you can now mute Tagido. Pretty funny, poor fella did not become the next I am Root, and now people can silence him. Anyway, more teleportation points will be placed around the city, some key areas like Witch's House and Pink Paw's Bank definitely needed that. And then there's a bunch of more quality of life changes you can see from this list. I'm not gonna go through all of it, but a few that stand out would be the new mod parts added for existing vehicles and better handling for certain models, which is great because not all cars had fluid experience. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to the 1.1 update. I guess I should also mention that NTE will be added to Steam, Epic Games, and Samsung Galaxy Store, and it will also be added onto GeForce Now cloud gaming systems. So if you guys are playing on any of these platforms, that's good news. Well, I mean, I know a lot of people, including myself, use Steam, so easier to manage gaming library. Anyway, that's about it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this 1.1 update. I, for one, cannot wait to explore the new location. Honestly, I really enjoy city exploration in NTE. That's probably my favorite part, and this Sunward Island looks like the perfect place to spend time in, while the sun is shining annoyingly through my window blinds. I want to live inside NTE, not outside. Bye bye!